Okay, welcome. My name is Anointed Irikefe, and I am a real estate consultant and a real estate entrepreneur here in Nigeria, particularly in the city of Port Harcourt. And I help individuals who are interested in real estate investments um, to do it and do it in the right way, all right, thereby utilizing their money to creating wealth, like real time sustainable wealth through real estate. Right. So if you're interested in real estate and you're looking for a reliable company that can actually help you handle your real estate investment and portfolio here in the city of Port Harcourt, Nexera Properties is one of the most reliable companies that you should definitely be contacting. All right. So I had a sit out with a client of mine just a few days ago here. And I just want to share what he told me. I would always like to share real estate experiences with my audience online so that we can be guided, so that we can hear some of these things and know how to go about it so that we don't end up spending so much money and then regretting it later, right? Because there are so many stories, right, painful experiences in this real estate space. All right, so I'll try my possible best to make sure this is not long. But so I was having a sit out with this client, and just like the real estate business for always demand, right? It's better you pay more attention to people than for you to want to talk. So I just wanted to hear him talk and speak. And he was telling me of his of this very sad experience that he had. So apparently he bought about 6 plots of land in a location here in Port Harcourt. That was some years ago. And they called him that he should come to the land. And when he got there, they were land grabbers, right? They were all these land grabbers. They were there, so they were literally causing a lot of havoc on the property. And in fact, they ended up beating a lot of people that also bought in that same location. Like he told me, they ended up beating a lot of them, right? Like physical thing. So it was that crazy. And they told him to pay an extra amount of money that I do not want to disclose for each of the properties. And that's so sad. 6 plots of land is paying a very huge amount of money for each of those locations. Again, now that's not the painful part. That's not the painful part though. What got me was he told me weeks later, they called him again and told him that the money he paid that the money he paid again for the same properties that he had already paid for before, that the money he paid is not enough. He should pay another one. So that means, I don't know if you get the whole point. So you bought this property once, it's already yours, but now they're telling you to come and pay again for each of them. You did. Now they are telling you to that the money you paid is not enough. You should pay extra. It's when I heard it, I was angry. I was really very angry. But that's not the point of the whole story. So I proceeded to ask him, like, how did you get the land? Like, who did you buy from? Is it a company or is it an individual? I'm going to come to this part now. So sometimes many of us feel like when we buy from a company, it's okay, it's 100% okay. But it's not always like that, though. Not all companies are like that. We're coming to that later. But then, so I asked him, who did you buy from? Is it a company or an individual? So he said he bought from an individual. That I think it was two individuals that were involved, right? The whole thing. So I proceeded to ask further questions, right, about the history of the property, trying to know the history, the family that owns it. I mean, so he didn't really have details of these things, anyways. But the whole thing, from his intonation, I could tell that the thing really pained him a lot. And that's where I want to dwell on, right? So when you are doing real estate investments, in fact, I went as far as to ask him, like, did you do this transaction alone? He said he did it with a lawyer. So there's just a lot of things in this property, in this issue. And I think we need to be very, 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 very careful when it comes to real estate investment. There are a lot of things that you need to consider before you proceed to buy a property first. Not all real estates, not all roadside agents, I'm using the word roadside, the not normal agents are not all of them are bad, but the majority of them are just in for or what they can get out of it. And they don't really care about the aftermath. They don't really care about what will happen after you acquire the property. So they don't really have your best interest at heart. And when you are dealing with individuals, you need to, it's very risky because if anything happens, you will not find them. That's the truth. Even if you find them, there is not much that they can do about the whole thing. There's not they they can't really do anything about, they can't really help you during the whole process. And that's where working with a reputable company comes in. In fact, that's where working with a company now comes in. But then we now have to check also the legitimacy of the company, right? But the whole point is I always advise people to do real estate transactions with um agents that they don't know, right? You might even know the person, but you still need to take it a little bit further. Because this thing is capital intensive. There's a lot of money involved in this business. You want to be careful. You want to be careful of how you transact this business. Because if there is an issue, trust me, you're going to end up hot. Like a whole lot hurt. Whereas you should have, there are ways that you would have gone about it that can actually help you. So first, I will not tell you to not use a roadside agent. You can, but be sure that that person knows what he's doing. Ask questions. You, as the client that wants to buy the property, you be the one to ask questions about the person first. Know about the ask details. How's details about ask details about the property. How did this property come? What do you know about this property? Like, what do you know about it? Who is the owner? Who did who's the current owner? Who did the current owner buy from? Who did that person buy like ask, you need to ask. You need to ask. And that's why it will always be difficult without a lawyer. That's why it will always be difficult because you can just, these are the services that a property lawyer does. These are the services that they offer, right? You can just, from the comfort of your home, sit and let the lawyer just do their check. But also, you even still need to know the lawyer. Ha. Anyways, the point of this video is if you're going to be using a roadside agent, please do everything possible to know the person you're working with first. That's the first things first. Know the person. You need to know if you can trust the person. You need to know if the person knows what he's doing and not just in for what they will get out of it. You need to watch out also for that. So please and please, let's be very, very guided when we are doing real estate investment, right? And if you're looking for one of the reputable companies in Port Harcourt that can actually help you in this process, please, Nexora Properties, call the number that is displaying on your screen. This is what we are known for, right? I cannot tell you we are the best. I do not want to sell myself to you as we are the best, but I can guarantee you one thing, that we have a legal system that helps in terms of these things. We make the whole real estate process seamless for you. I can guarantee you this one. I cannot guarantee we are the best, but I can guarantee you that we make the whole process seamless and easy for you.